Hey, happy Sunday. Okay, I cannot pronounce this word, but this is the book I'm in. Can you see it? Ah, there we go. I don't want to butcher it up. Deuteronomy. Hard word for me to say. But anyway, chapter 1 and paragraph 17. Ye shall not respect person in judgment, but ye shall hear the small as well as the great. Ye shall not be afraid of the face of man, for the judgment is God, and the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me, and I will hear it. So, we're in time of where we have great courts and great prisons, and we have police that frisk and search just by the color of your skin. They're going to judge that, you know. So I say that a lot of our problems that we have with our youth, especially like here, is a matter of people not really empathizing with how you have to raise your children. You know, it's a lot easier to point fingers, and you know, like I hear black people say, "Oh well, white people, they put their kids in time out. They're gonna put I gotta hit my kids. I gotta beat my kid. The white man beat us when we were slaves." You know, and how else you gonna, you know, discipline them? So, and then the next thing you know, well, all the children are just fighting. They keep hitting each other. I bring them home and I whoop them and I whoop them, and then they go out and they have fights and they have fights. So, you know, a lot of times when you're sitting in judgment, you're looking for some Superman or some outside help. You got to call 911 because you can't control your kids. But if you sit and you meditate on, why am I sitting there and judging other people? Am I doing it because I'm projecting a shame or a hate or a discontent that has nothing to do with that person? Maybe it has all to do with me. Do I have a bad day at work and come home and, you know, like, don't even take time to find out what's going on with my child? Just see like a mess or crayons on the floor or something and go whack them? You know, because you're going to think, oh, well, they're disrespecting me. But no. And they always say that if you have to ask for respect, you didn't earn it. I'm a little bit off topic. But it also, I was thinking really about the problem we have in the Middle East, the war that's going on, and what we have going on in South Korea and stuff like that, and in America and Britain, other places. We judge these other people. We judge the Middle East on what we know. Just like I have a crazy neighbor that he just thinks I'm supposed to be a crackhead, and so he's, you know, he's very mad because I don't have people coming in and out. But, you know, and it does. Sometimes when you prejudge somebody, it's a form of racism. It's a form of trying to label somebody. Like when the cops see a black child going down the street, or they'll just automatically label them as a criminal. And they're not thinking, why would you do that? Why? What is the politics behind it? What is the bottom dollar line? That why is this financially feasible for them to be criminals? You know, what is the bottom line for us to go to war in the Middle East? What is the bottom line for us to have a misunderstanding with Korea? Is it that we make a lot of weapons here? Do we need to get people stimulated enough to where, since we don't have the draft, that they'll go over there and fight a war for oil? You know, and if they get you to think about, oh well, this Arab is different from me. He doesn't believe in what I believe. The women, they cover up all their face, and they wear their burqa, and they speak a different language, or look at the food they eat, and you hear a lot in the news about how the South Koreans are. I don't know how they are. I don't know if they're really starving to death. I don't know how people could continue to reproduce, and they're still alive, and I see all the ceremonies they do. They must get some type of protein. So I don't know what's going on there. I'm not going to judge these people just from what I hear from the media, because the media might be biased. They have their own agenda. They're trying to make money and stimulate you to continue to watch them. The Muslims, right? I can only judge the ones that I know, and I don't even judge them. I let them. They show themselves. I don't have to judge them. You'll show who you are. And I think a lot of it, the problem is that we try to paint ourselves into a certain category. We try to fit into a lot of those labels and the way people judge us. We try to keep up with the Joneses. And in reality, the real thing, that's the important things, they get pushed aside, they get forgotten, and we become more selfish and a person I noticed when Mr. Bird died over here, and may he rest in peace. But his whole place over there, his son had a bad drug use, and you would judge this guy because of the way his smell, his dirtiness. But would you ever think that there's too many of these people over here that are like that? That the bottom line might be the politics. It might be what we're doing to them in school. It might be the way we're raising them. Maybe whooping is causing them to have these fights that they have, because they learn to hit. The whooping is hitting. That's what they learn. But we look for outside. We call 911 to take care of our problems. We look for outside help. And when we need to not judge, but look inside ourselves and meditate on ourselves. Fix the self first. Because if your only solution is to look for outside help and then point at somebody else, so they won't judge you. My kid's having a hard time in school. Oh, they're going into gangs. Oh, I guess they need a mentor. And instead you're going by how people might judge you. They're gonna judge. If I go get a mentor, they're gonna think I'm a good parent. But if you put in who is this stranger you're putting your kids with? Are you gonna cause more harm? Why would you tell your kid such a thing that their father's this or their father's that, if you want a different outcome? You could always say, your father was a very bright, smart man until he was just too poor, so he had to go steal. Maybe society and our politics and the way the capitalist financial situation is causing a lot of strife and stress. And if we're too busy pointing and looking at other people, then we're not looking inward. You're judging other people, so you could say that person's worse. So they're so bad, so I got to be better. Or you could divert their attention. A lot of us have real problems. Real problems people judge you by your clothes. Some people have student loans. Maybe they can't buy the latest, $200 sneakers or the new Gucci bag or new skinny jeans. Maybe they you might be judging them on their clothes, what type of person they are, but they might be a good person, a smart person. Maybe somebody just had a death in their family. Maybe they're not that friendly. Maybe they don't feel like smiling. and you're going to judge them by that one day. So anyway, so something to think about. And if you really, when I say meditate, some people would say would be, like taking to God to pray, because at the end it says, I've written it down on this paper too, but I do need my glasses, that ye shall not be afraid of the face of man, for judgment is God, and the cause that is too hard for you to bring unto me, I will hear it. Oh, whoa, I changed it. And if a cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me, and I will hear it. So if you got a problem that, is too great, bring it to God. Meditate on it to God. Because you have to think about this, because in these trying times, this trying situation, a lot of times it is the politics, it is following the money, and lots of times if we do follow the politics and follow the money, and don't be laying in judgment of people on monetary issues, but instead try to understand, to make a better and a healthier society. We must not stand in judgment of man, but think of solutions and be clever enough to make it a better and brighter future for not only us, but for our children. Your children is your tomorrow. They could be your retirement insurance. Think about it.